So you want to learn how to use a zero-turn mower. I'll admit they look a little intimidating at first, but I guarantee you by the end of this video, you'll feel comfortable to give it a try and start learning and take your time and you'll have it down packed. So the first thing we have to learn is how to start it. So first of all, you have to be sitting in the seat. There is a safety in this seat, and if you lift your butt off of the seat, it won't start. The other safety feature is these control arms. They have to be out like this. Actually, I'll show you right here, but this is your park position. The very first thing you need to know is to start your zero-turn mower, these control arms have to be in the out position. It's a safety. If they're in the in position, you can try it, it won't start. So you have to make sure that your control arms are in the out position. This is like a parking brake. Some zero turns have different levers or buttons for parking brakes. This is the parking brake on this time cutter. Okay, so here is your control panel. This here is your throttle. You can either go fast or you can go slow. This here is your choke. When you start your engine cold, this is the button you want to use to start it. I'll show you how to use that in a second. This here is your PTO. This turns on your cutting blades. You'll pull up, turn on your cutting blades, push down to shut off your cutting blades. This here is your ignition. This is what you're going to do when you start the engine. All right, to start our engine, again, our control arms have to be out. We're going to pull up the choke. We're assuming our engine is cold. So we're going to pull out our choke. We're going to put our throttle in the fast position, and we can start it now. So if you saw what I did there, I pushed the choke button back down after it started. You don't want to keep this on very long, just a couple seconds, and then shut it off. If you leave it on too long, you're going to flood your engine. You're going to bog it down. So be sure after you start it to push your choke back in. So once it's running and everything and you want to turn your cutting blades, you're going to pull up on your PTO. I'll show you now. Now on this Toro time cutter, I don't know if it's like this for other zero-turn mowers, but if you see this, it says shut down your engine at full throttle. So that's what I did. I put it at full throttle before I shut it down. Now over here on your control arms, you can see that you have this sticker here. Of course, we have it in park now. In the middle will be neutral. So like when you pull it in like this, both sides, pull it in like that. And over here is reverse, and then you got forward, and you got slow speed and fast speed. So depending on whether you just push it ahead a little bit, that'll be slow, all the way would be fast. So again, we're going to assume it's started, and I'm going to get ready to move it forward with the blades off. We're just driving right now. So we're going to go ahead and pull our control arms in. Now we're in the neutral position. So if we want to go forward, we're going to push them both together even, and we're going to go slow. If we want to go faster, we're going to go all the way. Same with reverse. You want to go reverse, pull back just a little bit. You go reverse a little slower, and you want to go faster in reverse, you can pull it all the way back. But there's not a lot of difference between slow and fast in reverse. So let's say we want to go forward a little bit. So we're going to go slow forward. And let's say we want to turn right. So what we're going to do to turn right is we're just going to pull this lever back. So what happens there is these levers control your each wheel. The right side control arm controls your rear right wheel, and your left control arm controls your left rear wheel. So we're going forward a little bit. Say we want to do a right-hand turn. We're going to speed up the left side to turn right. Same thing if we want to turn left, we're going to speed up the right side. Now let's say we want to do a zero turn. So we just did a straight cut line on our lawn, and we want to turn around and go the other way. So what we're going to do is, so to turn right, we want to push the left one forward. and it pushes the zero turn this way. This one, we're going to pull straight back. So what happens is this right rear wheel is not going to really do anything. It's just going to stay in one spot, where this one's going to do all the radius around like this. So we're just going to do a complete zero turn. Same with the other way. Now I'm going to show you another feature that this Toro time cutter has. So over here we have our smart speed control. So we have it in fast, which is the rabbit right now. So if we wanted to operate this in a slower speed, we would pull this up and put it in the tortoise speed. Or in the middle, if we want to pull a trailer with it, like say you want to pull your lawn sweeper behind or a yard cart, you would put it in that middle gear. Basically, you're just using that for pulling. That's it. Now this here is where you control the height of the grass, how high you want to cut it. So right now I have it at 2.5. In the spring, I usually put it at 2. Now as summer goes, my grass is growing lush, which it isn't right now because it's been such a dry summer. I would put it in 3 or 3.5. So all you do is you grab this lever and you lift it lower or higher to your desired height, and this lifts your deck, your cutting deck, up and down. So you pull it in and it drops away to the ground. You can pull it in, raise it all the way up. It's good to put it in high when you're in transportation, like you're going down a road, or I got a long driveway, so that's what I do. If I have to drive to the other end to cut grass, you can adjust it to anywhere you like. Now I'm going to take you over to the gravel. I'm going to show you a zero turn maneuver. So you can see when we did the zero turn, I'm on my gravel, but that wheel wasn't moving very much and it tore up my gravel. So this is what happens when you hear people talking about tearing up their lawn with a zero turn. That's because they're doing such a sharp turn. That one wheel is just kind of dragging. It's not moving. It's not rolling very much, while the other one's doing all the work. And that's what was happening there. So an alternative to the zero turn, you can do a 3-point turn. That's what most people do. It's pretty quick. If you're a total beginner to zero turn mowers and you want to learn how to use it, I suggest you either put your throttle at half speed or a little lower, just until you get used to operating the zero turn mower. Because you know what, if you put it in high speed and you try to go out and cut your lawn, you're going to smash this thing for sure, because it operates differently than anything you've ever drove before. You're used to a steering wheel. This is different. Like I said before, these handles, each handle operates a different wheel at the back. The front wheels do nothing. It just holds the front end up. They just float around. So yeah, put it at half throttle until you get used to using it. And if it takes 2 or 3 cuts, don't worry about it. Also, you could put it up a little higher, and then you could adjust this to the slow speed if you have the Toro time cutter. Another thing also is let's say you're going along and there's a stick or a twig there on your lawn. Come to the stick, you stop, put it in neutral, you put your arms out in the park, you jump off. What's going to happen? Your zero turn motor is going to shut off. Why? Because you didn't put your PTO back down. So make sure you just push down the PTO, which stops your blades from turning before you jump off. That way you can jump off and your machine keeps running. It's in park, it isn't going anywhere, and you can jump off, get that stick out of the way, and then get back on. Put your arms back in, get ready to go, turn your PTO back on, get those blades turning, and continue on. Now I could show you some lawn cutting, but my grass is pretty much all cut. It's dry. Haven't had to cut it much this summer, but I do have other videos on the channel where I am cutting the grass. Now if you're talking about my front lawn where it's larger, it's rectangular, what I'll do is I'll go around the whole perimeter twice. So I got 2 strips side by side with my grass shooting in. I don't want my grass shooting out the driveway. I don't want my grass shooting up towards the house. After I've done those 2 strips, then I'll go up and down and cut my grass, or I'll go on diagonal, because it's good to cut your grass different ways every once in a while. Helps with growth of your lawn, healthiness. But basically that's it for cutting lawns. Once you get used to using your zero turn mower, you're going to love it. You're going to save so much time mowing your lawn. You're going to enjoy mowing your lawn. And then you're going to want to start learning other things like how to change your oil. You're going to want to learn how to maintain your zero turn mower. I'm going to leave some videos right here to the left, so you can come back at any time to learn how to keep your zero turn mower maintained. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.